Hi, happy Sunday. It is midterm week again, but part 2. I have my calc midterm this week, and then once it's done on Wednesday, I'm free. A huge weight will be finally off my shoulders once I get calc done. Wish me luck. I definitely think I'll need a lot of that going into Wednesday, so come tag along with me this week. I like to think of Sunday as my reset and recharge day. In the morning, I headed to the gym and did some chores around the house. In the afternoon, my parents visited me and took me to our favorite Filipino restaurant where we got this maruya dessert, which is a Filipino take on banana fritters, and it is heavenly. Sadly, wrapping up my night, I spent a lot of time reviewing calculus, but to end off the day, I listened to Soji with Sarah, which is this podcast that I've really been loving, and got to stay updated on the most recent episodes, and I find that podcasts are just the perfect way for me to wind down and fall asleep at night. Okay, so it's time to do a little bit of a taste test of my cinnamon banana crepes. I'm really excited. It smells so good. I'm a huge cinnamon enjoyer, so this is definitely up my alley, so I'm very excited to give it a first bite. Let's dive in. First bite. Cheers. This hits the spot. I highly recommend. So my class is starting in 20 minutes and I haven't gotten ready yet. So first things first, I'm gonna try and pick out an outfit. For me, what has been really important when I go to class is just feeling comfortable. That usually means wearing sweatpants, wearing big chunky sweaters that are really comfy and that kind of just swaddle me up and make me feel all cozy. It's getting really chilly now that we're entering fall, so I'm gonna choose something that's a little bit on the warmer side. I have this sweater from Tommy Jeans that is really comfy and just really nice and warm. And I'm gonna pair this with some pants. I have these Levi's that I actually thrifted from a store called Plato's Closet. And I got these for a really good deal. I think Levi's are usually just over $100 and very expensive, but these ones were very affordable. They were only about $30. So I think this was a real steal. So I'm gonna quickly get changed and pack up and then head out soon. Okay, so my class starts in about 5 minutes, and it's not a 5-minute walk, but we're gonna hope that I get there on time. I feel like every time I leave my room, I always think I'm forgetting something, and today I almost forgot my keys, but luckily I have it now, and I'm gonna head to class now. I start my Monday mornings with computer science, and we're currently learning about classes in C++, which has been very interesting for me. After coding, I have physics, and I'm gonna let you in on a little bit of an insider secret, but Waterloo has this really cool tunnel system, and you can basically travel to different buildings across campus all through the tunnels and cool connections that the buildings have with each other. So usually my friend and I will take the route from E7 all the way to B1, which is Biology 1, where our physics class takes place. And you can see us going through a bunch of different buildings, but we ultimately end up here in physics. And it's such a big room and the seats are super comfy. But today in class, I was just taking down some notes where we're currently learning about trusses and equilibrium. And as always, wrapping up every lecture. You might have recalled that earlier I mentioned I really want to adopt a little baby plant, and it seems like the universe has heard my little wish, my little dream, and it turns out that the Waterloo NSHOC, or Engineering Society, is hosting an event where you can pot a plant, so hopefully I can get my hands on one. I'll keep you updated. this was the highlight of my day. This is the Waterloo E7 design bay, and it's where Waterloo's design teams work on all of their really cool projects. One of my team members was actually building, you guessed it, the Grugati. And the Grugati is the very famous Grumobile from Despicable Me. He showed us how fast it could run, and we even had the chance to try it ourselves. And I just gotta say, despite having not driven for 1 year, I had so much fun, and it was one of the coolest experiences of this week. Oh. Morning everyone, it is Wednesday and once again it is my big day. I have a physics test and a calc midterm on the same day, so hopefully today goes well. And right now I'm going to do my skincare. The first product I'm going to be using is The Ordinary, their niacinamide and zinc. For me, when it comes to skincare, the two most important things are just simplicity and consistency. Right now my skin has not been doing so good. I think it's due to just stress, and so hopefully after exam season is over my skin starts to improve. But I have been breaking out lately and I've just been trying to treat my skin with some TLC. Here I have CeraVe. This is their nighttime facial moisturizing lotion, but I use it during the day. It also has niacinamide in it. Speaking of stress, skin, and just dealing with everything, this week is very chaotic. One thing I'm really grateful for is that at the very beginning of the semester, within SIDE, there is a mentorship program. So they pair first years like me with upper years, and you can basically ask your mentor questions about courses, about just adjusting to uni life, extracurriculars, a bunch of different things. And so at the beginning of the year, I was paired with an amazing mentor, and she has just been so helpful. At the beginning of the year, I was dealing a lot with struggling to balance all my courses. So I literally texted her one day. I was like, hey, help me. How do I balance everything? I'm feeling just super overwhelmed. And one really helpful piece of advice that she shared is just to take things one day at a time. You have so many assignments, tests, and other deliverables in your courses, and when you think about all the things you need to do, it can become so overwhelming to the point that it's paralyzing. You just have so many things to do that you don't know where to start, and so instead of doing anything, you just sit there and you end up getting nothing done. And so I feel like that saying of just take things one day at a time, it's the one phrase or the one mantra that has been getting me through. So I'd say her advice there was super invaluable. I wanted to talk about one of my favorite quick breakfasts to have recently that I just discovered by combining different things together. Here we have some frozen berries, and I actually just microwaved them so that they would defrost. You can either let them thaw or just microwave them as I do. Here I have some yogurt. This is coconut yogurt and it is plant-based. I also have some granola, and I'm going to combine all of them to make a nice granola yogurt bowl, and it tastes so delicious. This particular granola is peanut butter and banana flavored, which is so up my alley. So I'm just going to scoop in some yogurt, and I'm not afraid. I go all in. Now I'm going to add some granola. We have a nice granola bowl. This is a very interesting sensory experience because the berries are warm but the yogurt is cold, and then you have some crunch from the granola. But overall, I would say that I love having this for breakfast. Sometimes I even have it for dinner. It's just that good. It feels like dessert for breakfast, which I absolutely love. So I'm gonna go and devour this now. Mini update, I finally finished up with physics in the morning and it went really well, which I'm super happy about. It's a huge relief off my chest. But now we have the final boss, which is calculus, that I have at 6 o'clock. And so it's currently 12:30. So that means I have a very solid 6.5 hours before calculus starts. I'm gonna work on doing some practice midterms, some past quizzes, and hopefully we can set ourselves up for success this evening. See you. Currently, it's just before 2 o'clock and I just wrapped up doing the practice midterm. So what I want to do now is go through all of the answers I wrote and check if they're right. Usually when I do this, my goal is just to go through all these pages. There's 7 in total, as you can see, and I'll put in red all of the things that I got wrong or certain concepts that I struggled with when I was writing out these answers, and through that I'm able to kind of pinpoint all of the areas where I might be weaker in or that I need more practice. My next few hours will be filled with a lot of calc, but let's get to it. Here I have my broccoli, some cauliflower and carrots and chicken, spinach and rice, and I found that using the air fryer has been a game changer. I used to use that beautiful microwave when I was trying to defrost my veggies, but they weren't the best texture, but now I use the roast function on the air fryer, and so I highly recommend that. So I'm gonna dig in and then head off to class. Post-calc midterm, I treated myself once again to these delicious fig bars, and although it was tough, I'm really proud of how it went, and I got some much needed shut-eye after I arrived back home. Happy Halloween! Currently I'm walking to CMH, which has a tiny gym that I really like to use, and one thing that I've been finding cool about university life is just having this new independence, being able to walk around if it's really early or sometimes if it's really late at night. Sorry if my parents are watching this, but it's just nice to be able to just go around and have this freedom. I don't know if this is silly, but even doing small things like doing my own laundry, going out to grocery shop, or baking my own food, they all feel kind of new and fun, and I always feel like I'm adulting in some way, even though they're just small chores or just day-to-day things that I've been getting up to. But yeah, those are my thoughts. There is nothing for me but to... After the stress of studying for that calc midterm, Thursday was just a much needed day to recharge and re-energize myself. Walking around campus after class, I saw so many cool decorations and as well a lot of cool Halloween costumes. I saw a lot of Studio Ghibli themed costumes and even this very interesting group of people right here that seemed cool. In addition to all these fun sights, I had these amazing cookies that my roommate made and these granola bars from Made Good that my friends gifted to me, which I absolutely love. So that night had a lot of great treats. To end off the night, my friends and I decided to light up some sparklers, and we spent the night just talking and laughing and walking around, and overall I had so much fun, and I think I couldn't have asked for a more better way to spend the night. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here now. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, take care and see you soon.